In December, drinking horchata, I'd look psychotic in a balaclava. Winter's cold is too much to handle. Pincher grabs the bench at your sandals.
Hello?
Yeah, hi. Is Chris there, please?
Yeah, it's Chris.
Yeah, hi, Chris. It's Andrew here from New Zealand.
Hey, what's up?
Good, mate. How are you?
I'm good.
I hear you played a couple of shows in Sydney this week.
Yeah, we played at Oxford Arts Factory on Saturday night, and tonight we're playing a show for Triple J, which I'm really psyched about.
My friend Lisa was at the show on Saturday. She said it was amazing.
Oh, really? That's really nice. It's good to hear.
So when and where did you guys record Contra?
Well, we started working on it the first Monday in January of this year. We took 2 weeks off at the end of last year, and after we had been on tour basically for 18 months, we started working in Greenpoint in a studio. That was where we spent January. Then February we started doing drums at a studio in Midtown Manhattan, kind of in it's like Midtown West, a place called Avatar, and it's where there's a lot of songs had been recorded, and they're kind of famous for getting a good drum sound. So we spent like 2 days there. Then we took everything to our studio, or our friend's studio rather, called Tree Fort in another neighborhood in Brooklyn. And we're basically based out of there for the next 6 months. We spent 2 days recording in Mexico City because we had a little tour of Mexico, and we had some free time, and that was where we did the song Cousins. But for the most part, the album was recorded in New York.
Were the songs already written when you started recording, or was that part of the process?
That was definitely a big part of the process, and yeah, the only song that was maybe like fully fleshed out when we started working together was White Sky, and that was because we'd been playing it on tour. The first time we played it was the day our first album came out in New York City, so that one was pretty much fully fleshed out, but everything else we sort of found along the way. A song like Cousins, we had the guitarist that we'd been playing, and like a lot of the instrumental was written before we came. I guess it really depends on the song, but a lot of it was definitely written this year.
Do you, looking back at the album now, like now it's complete and ready to be released, how do you see it as a progression from your debut?
I think that it's a progression in a lot of ways, and that sonically we explored a lot of territory that maybe we only hinted at on our first record. We just took things further, I think. Like a song like Holiday has more of like a ska aesthetic than anything that was on our first record, and was something that maybe would be hinted at in a song like A-Punk, but we kind of just we totally went for it with this album on that song. I think in general we just pushed ourselves further, whether it's the production. I think there are moments that are more minimal than anything on the first record, but there are moments that are busier than anything on the first record. I think that similarly about my bass playing, I have some very sort of simple melodic parts, and then some incredibly fast, busy parts that I wouldn't have been able to play even when we were making our first record. Ezra's voice, I think he sings a lot higher. Like there are some songs that are only in falsetto, or the song I Think You're Conscious only falsetto, but then Taxi Cab he's singing lower than anything ever. So I really think we all pushed ourselves with this record and took it farther.
Winter's cold is too much to handle. Pincher grabs the bench at your sandal. Here comes the feeling you thought you'd forgotten. Just to sit in sidewalks to walk out. Oh, you had a
Why is the new album called Contra?
That was a conversation that we had pretty early on, and it was sort of before most of the music had been written. It was maybe in March when we were on tour, and Ezra thought it up as a possible title, and I think we all liked the way that it sounded as a word and its meaning. It's basic meaning is against, but the fact that it translates into so many languages, that it attaches to so many words, that everyone has their own kinds of associations with it, and they can be very different depending on where you grew up or when you grew up. So I think we liked all those things about that word, and that's why it made sense for us for it to be the title.
Are there sort of some underlying themes for the record?
Well, I think that the idea of conflict, like in Contra, is something that you'll see in a lot of Ezra's lyrics. I think also our experiences in California definitely influenced a lot of this record, whether it's lyrically or just sonically. I think that said, there's still a lot of New York elements to our sound, like lyrically and in terms of other bands. So I'd say, yeah, those are some broad things. I know Ezra's talked about this album kind of reflecting the years after college in one way or another, and I think we've moved on from that part of what was, you know, a big part of our first record. There aren't any real college references or going to school. So I would say those are themes kind of running throughout.
What's your take on like remixes? Like, I was sort of again listening to some of those songs. There's a couple there that I thought, well, that's got a dance floor remix in the making already, sort of thing. Like, is that something
I
you guys
think we're open to it. Like we had a remix done by Chromia. We had a couple remixes done on our last record, and it's definitely something we're open to. And we've actually been working with a DJ from Mexico, and he made a remix of one of the tracks. And I think we're looking to do more of that next year. We'll have to see, but yeah, it's cool. It's a good feeling to hear like a different version of your song in a club on a really good sound system.
Have you guys ever sort of dabbled in remixing other people's stuff?
We've like talked about it. We haven't ever done one officially, but I think it might be something we'll pursue in the future. We'll see.
Or is there anybody that you would dream to have remix one of your songs?
Yeah, sure. I mean, those are. I guess we'll see. We'll start approaching people now, but we're really psyched. This guy Toy Selecta, he made this special melt of our album, where it's like a extended remix of the whole album, kind of like 8 minutes long, and then he did a remix of Cousins. So we're psyched to put that out there.
Cool. And I heard a rumor that maybe a visit to New Zealand next year.
Yeah, absolutely. We really want to go play in Auckland and really just get to see more of this part of the world. And yeah, we're really figuring all that out now. But I'm almost positive the next time we come here, we'll be doing some New Zealand shows as well.
That'd be awesome. I hope so.
Yeah, I was doing an interview with someone from New Zealand, and she was telling me all these interesting facts, like it's the highest per capita consumer of reggae and things like that. It seems like a really, really interesting place.